Okay, let's talk about range and how you can get the most out of your car and most out of your battery, most of your electric car. One thing I did, and actually this is an experiment that we did as a family when we were running from the hurricane recently, Hurricane Irma. We drove 3,000 miles, and a couple of things were pretty evident that must be done, and they definitely were lifesavers. So let's start with number one. You go to your charging panel, and you gotta make sure that when you set the, you gotta set the charge limit to be trip. Usually I keep it to in this way when I'm driving daily, and this is the recommended Tesla way, although there are various arguments here. People are doing already a lot of research and keep logs of their data, and they're saying that your battery is going to last way longer than you're going to keep the car anyway. So that is unnecessary, but since we're trying to keep things as recommended by Tesla, first thing you would do is you set trip as your battery limit so that you can charge fully. Then you go done. Next thing you want to do is number two will be, if you go to your controls of the car in the driving section here, controls driving, you gotta make sure that the range mode is on. That would definitely help with your climate control settings. It will kind of keep them a little bit lower than you wouldn't push it as much as you would like probably, and it will kind of transfer the distribute the torque between the motors to improve the range. There are obviously various opinions about this as well. Some people have done some testing and saying that that doesn't change that much the range. I personally am believing that, you know what, if anything, Tesla is going to do it better and better going forward, so there's no reason to not trust it and not have this on. It may not have been working a year ago, but maybe the latest firmware that may be much more efficient. So I think it's a no-brainer, and there's no reason to have it off ever, unless you're just driving the car like I am from like 5 minutes, 10 minutes here and there lately. So I don't see a reason for it to be on, but a long trip on. Also, you want to make sure that the regenerative braking standard is set. It says it obviously here, standard increases range and extends brake life. Even if it wasn't for the range, just for the brake life, this is a no-brainer. The car becomes basically a one-pedal drive. You just move your feet from the pedal and it starts stopping pretty well. There is no reason even to use the brake in the majority of time if you're just doing, you know, normal city driving. So range on and regenerative braking as standard. And the last thing you want to do is you're going to make sure that energy saving is on and always connected is unchecked. So basically this. And the reason why you want to do this is if you have a very long trip and you're not using the app that much, always connected is not really needed to begin with. And energy saving, with basically what it will do is it will keep the display, mainly this one and this one, not as much on. It will shut them off, and it will actually take a little bit more time for them to be on when you get into the car. But if the whole point is to change to preserve energy, those will be the last steps you would want to do. So energy saving on, always connected off, driving will be range on, and regenerative braking to standard. And you gotta make sure that you set your charge limit to trip. I'm gonna reverse it now since I'm gonna want to set it back to my daily stuff, but that's hopefully helps you to get on your road and get where you need to get faster and more efficiently. Thanks for watching.